Tommy Tuberville, sorry, that was a terrible American accent. This guy is a fucking potato. A stupid person. But anyway, here is him saying,
Our men's teams across this country now that are turning trans.
Yeah.
Women's teams, they're turning trans. And that's going to be a situation where it's going to pick up speed because these woke globalists are pushing these kids to say, if you can't compete in men's sports, let's just transition and say you're a woman and participate in women's sports. It is dead wrong, and we've got to stand up against it. But the Democrats, they're all in of keeping this situation going in the wrong direction.
So this clip cut out the first word from Aaron Rupa here. He says, we have entire men's teams across this country that are turning trans. Entire teams. He believes, I believe that he genuinely believes this, that like whole women's football teams are all trans women. Not even arguably true. Obviously, this journalist thought, didn't fact check that at all. It'd be so easy to fact check that. Cool. Which one? Which team? Name one team at any level in the entire country, in the entire world, which has more than 2 trans people on it, of any sport, that isn't specifically a trans team or an LGBT team. You won't be able to do it because there aren't any. And he can just say that and she can just nod along, like truly insane. And he's like, oh yeah, well of course people are saying, oh, you're not going to win the sport as a boy? Well, you should just transition and win it as a girl. Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be to believe this? Like, unbelievable. Do you really think? He probably does really think. But is any rational, sane person, or even the person with the slightest bit of common sense on earth, think that someone is going to take hormones, change their body, change their name, like do all of these things, totally turn their life upside down, when we were just looking at how over 10% of people are like made homeless because they come out as LGBT. Do you really think that people are going to do that so they can win sport? Even if trans women were dominating sport, which they aren't, no one would be transitioning to win at sport because that's fucking insane. Who's ruining their life? And it would be ruining your life. If you're a cis person and you transition, it will ruin your life. Gender dysphoria is grim, and I can assure you, you will not enjoy it. Which is why there are no examples of anyone ever doing this in the history of humanity ever. It's just so dumb. It's just so crazy. You've got to look at the scale of the idiocy on the like gender critical, anti-trans, Republican, transphobic side. Like that they just say this stuff and all nod along. Like no one's being like, doesn't this sound a bit insane? They'd be like, yeah, it sounds insane. It sounds insane because you just fucking made it up and you are insane. And I mean, I know globalists has multiple meanings. It could just be someone who believes in, like, beyond country borders. But I also know that certain people use globalist as a, like, sneaky reference or a dog whistle towards Jewish people. I couldn't say which one he was using it. I wouldn't be shocked if he was an anti-Semite, but also he isn't necessarily, unless anyone has any evidence. I mean, I don't really know much about this guy. He's only come on my radar because he's been saying, in a field of the stupidest people on earth, constantly saying the stupidest thing you ever said, this guy is managing to stand out. So, quite an achievement from him. But how do these people have careers? Like, they're so, like, it's this classic thing of like mediocre men falling upwards. Like, this guy is obviously so stupid and so irrational that he either has made up and thinks that other people will believe that whole teams are trans, or he's so stupid and so irrational that he has heard that and believed it himself, and people want him to be in charge of something, like to be making decisions about stuff. You want this man to have some kind of power over your life when he's that stupid, that gullible, that like ridiculous, that clownishly stupid. How are these people in positions of power? Like, it's not, I'm not saying, oh, baked into the Constitution of the USA, it should be, if you are this stupid to believe this conspiracy theory, you shouldn't be allowed to run for office or anything. I'm not asking for that. I'm not calling for some law change. I'm saying, in what world is this guy considered like worthy or competent enough to run anything? And the people who voted for him, they wouldn't vote for a trans person. They probably wouldn't vote for a black person or a woman or a gay person. And they voted for this moron. The state of the world. Unbelievable.